Picture this. You're standing under the bright lights of a department store fitting room. A sleeveless dress falls perfectly against your body. The color makes your skin glow. The fabric moves beautifully. As you turn toward the mirror, for the first time in a long while, you smile. You can already see yourself wearing it, walking into your granddaughter's graduation, laughing with friends at a summer wedding, stepping onto a cruise ship just as the sun begins to set. For a few wonderful seconds, you feel beautiful. Then your eyes drift downward. Your upper arms? The smile disappears. Your shoulders tighten. You tug at the fabric, hoping it somehow changes what you see. It doesn't. A few moments later, the dress is back on the hanger. As you leave the fitting room, you quietly tell yourself, maybe next summer. If you've ever had that moment, I want to tell you something that could completely change the way you shop from today forward. Your arms probably weren't the reason you walked away. In fact, there's one surprisingly common styling mistake that makes soft upper arms look far more noticeable, and millions of women over 60 make it every single summer without realizing it. The best part, you don't have to lose 20 pounds. You don't need perfect skin, and you certainly don't need to hide under sleeves when it's 90 degrees outside. Today, I'm sharing 7 real body styling tricks that professional stylists quietly use to make sleeveless dresses look elegant on real women with real bodies. And stay with me until the very end, because the number 1 trick has almost nothing to do with your arms. It's the quiet secret that often turns, "I could never wear that," into "I wish I'd known this years ago." If you're new to Stylish Beyond 60, welcome. Every week we share practical style and beauty advice, created specifically for women over 60 who want to look elegant without chasing trends. If that sounds like your kind of community, subscribe so you don't miss our next video. Before we begin, I'd love to hear from you. Do you already own a sleeveless dress that's been sitting in your closet, waiting for the right time to wear it? Just answer yes or no in the comments. Now, let's clear up the biggest misunderstanding about sleeveless dresses. Most women think the goal is to make their arms disappear. Professional stylists think completely differently. Their goal is to make your best features impossible to ignore. Think about the last elegant woman you noticed at church, or at a family reunion, or enjoying dinner on vacation. Can you honestly remember what her upper arms looked like? Probably not. You remember her smile, her confidence, the beautiful color she was wearing, maybe her earrings, maybe her posture. That's because our eyes naturally search for a focal point. We notice the overall picture long before we study individual body parts. Once you understand that, getting dressed becomes much easier. Instead of asking, "How do I hide my arms?" ask yourself, "What do I want people to notice first?" That one question changes everything. Number 7. Let your face be the star. Here's a simple question. When you meet someone for the very first time, where do you look? Their upper arms? Of course not. You look at their face. That's why your neckline is doing far more work than most women realize. A soft V-neck gently draws the eye upward. A graceful scoop neckline frames your smile. A square neckline highlights your collarbone, one of the most elegant features at any age. These aren't fashion rules. They're visual psychology. Your neckline quietly tells the eye where to begin. Now here's the mistake. Many women buy a dress because they love the print or the color, but they never stop to ask whether the neckline actually flatters their face. The next time you're shopping, try this. Stand a few feet back from the mirror. Instead of staring at your arms, look only at your face. Ask yourself, which neckline makes me look brighter? More rested? More confident? You'll often discover that the right neckline transforms the entire outfit before anyone even notices your arms. But even the perfect neckline can't fix the next mistake, because it's hidden in a place most women never think to check. Number 6. The hidden detail that changes everything. Imagine trying on 2 sleeveless dresses. Same size, same color, almost identical. One makes you feel elegant. The other makes you wonder if your arms suddenly look bigger. How can 2 nearly identical dresses create such different results? The answer is something called the armhole. Most women never look at it. Professional stylists always do. When the armhole is cut too low or too wide, The fabric pulls away from your body. Instead of following the natural shape of your shoulder, it creates empty space that draws attention exactly where you don't want it. Many women blame themselves, but it's actually the construction of the dress. A better designed armhole sits comfortably closer to your body. Not tight, not restrictive, just close enough that the fabric moves with you instead of hanging away from you. Here's another secret. If you fall in love with a dress, but the armhole is just slightly too low, don't automatically leave it behind. A simple visit to a tailor can often solve the problem for far less than buying another dress. Sometimes the difference between a dress that stays in your closet and one that becomes your favorite is a tiny alteration most people never think about. And now, we're about to get into the mistake that causes more women to give up on sleeveless dresses than almost anything else. Ironically, it's the very thing they buy hoping it will make them look slimmer. Instead, it often does the exact opposite. We'll talk about that next. Let's talk about the mistake I see more than almost any other. A woman tries on a sleeveless dress. She likes the color. She likes the fabric. But she thinks, if I buy a larger size, it'll hide my arms. It feels logical. More fabric should mean more coverage. More coverage should mean more flattering. Right? Unfortunately, our eyes don't work that way. Number 5. Stop hiding your shape. Picture 2 women arriving at the same summer wedding. They're both wearing sleeveless navy dresses. They're about the same age. They both have soft upper arms. But one woman looks polished and elegant, while the other seems almost swallowed by her dress. The difference isn't their body, it's the silhouette. When a dress is too loose everywhere, your eye can't find any structure. Instead of seeing graceful proportions, it sees one continuous shape. Ironically, trying to hide your body often makes you appear larger. That's why stylists love dresses with gentle structure, a softly defined waist, an A-line skirt, a wrap dress, princess seams. These details don't squeeze your body. They simply give it balance. Think of a beautiful painting. You don't improve it by covering it with a blanket. You choose the right frame. Your body deserves the same treatment. Instead of asking, how can I hide myself? Ask, how can I create balance? That one question can completely change the way you shop. Now here's something else that quietly changes how expensive and flattering a sleeveless dress looks. Most women never think about it until they're standing outside on a hot summer afternoon. Number 4. The right fabric moves with you, not against you. Imagine you're walking into your granddaughter's graduation. Family members are waving. Someone calls your name. You turn to smile. Now imagine spending that entire afternoon pulling at your dress because it's clinging every time you move. That's exhausting. The best dresses don't demand your attention. They disappear. Very thin fabrics often cling to places you never noticed in the fitting room. Humidity makes it worse. Every step changes how the dress falls. Instead of moving gracefully, it sticks. Medium weight fabrics behave completely differently. Crepe, quality cotton blends, soft linen blends, structured jersey, tencel. These fabrics skim your body. Instead of wrapping around every curve, they move when you move. They breathe. They drape. And here's a shopping habit that can save you from countless disappointing purchases. Never judge a dress standing still. Walk across the fitting room. Sit down. Stand up. Reach for your handbag. Wave like you're greeting a friend. If the dress still looks beautiful while you're moving, that's the one worth bringing home. Because life doesn't happen standing perfectly still in front of a mirror. It happens while you're making memories. And speaking of drawing attention in the right direction, the next trick is one professional image consultants use almost automatically. Once you notice it, you'll start seeing it everywhere. Number 3. Give people somewhere beautiful to look first. Have you ever noticed that the most elegant women rarely look overdone? Everything simply works together. A beautiful pair of earrings catches the light when they smile. A delicate necklace creates a graceful vertical line. A colorful scarf frames the face. An elegant bracelet adds movement when they lift a coffee cup or wave hello. None of those accessories exist to distract people. They exist to create a focal point. Remember what we talked about earlier. The eye naturally searches for something beautiful first. Professional stylists don't obsess over hiding flaws. They intentionally highlight strengths. One image consultant shared something years ago that has stayed with me ever since. She said, "Never make people search for your best feature. Show it to them first. Maybe it's your smile. Maybe it's your eyes. Maybe it's a beautiful pair of earrings. Maybe it's a vibrant color that makes your complexion glow." When the eye finds beauty immediately, it stops searching for imperfections. If you've discovered even one idea today that changed the way you think about sleeveless dresses, make sure you're subscribed. Every week we share practical style advice designed specifically for women over 60, so you can build a wardrobe that works with your life, not against it. And don't leave just yet, because the final 2 tips aren't really about clothes. They're about something much more powerful: the way you carry yourself and the way you think about yourself. Number 2, confidence begins before you leave the house. Let me ask you something. What happens the moment someone says, "Let's take a picture"? Many women immediately cross their arms, turn sideways, pull their shoulders forward, or hold a handbag in front of themselves. Not because anyone told them to, because somewhere along the way, they started believing they needed to hide. But posture changes everything. Relax your shoulders. Lift your chest gently. Lengthen your neck. Let your arms rest naturally. Suddenly, your neckline opens. Your waist appears more defined. Your entire outfit feels lighter. Here's the beautiful part. Confidence isn't something people see after they notice your clothes. It's something they notice before they remember your clothes. Think about the most elegant woman you've ever met. Was it because her arms were perfect, or because she looked comfortable in her own skin? That's the difference. Confidence doesn't come from having the perfect body. It comes from deciding to stop apologizing for the one you already have. Which brings us to the most important lesson of today's video. Number 1, stop waiting for the perfect arms. Let's go back to that fitting room one last time. This time, you put on the dress. You smile. Your eyes begin to drift toward your arms. But then you stop. Instead, you notice the flattering neckline, the well-fitted armholes, the graceful silhouette, the fabric that moves beautifully, the earrings that brighten your face. You stand a little taller. You smile again, and something feels different. You don't see a woman who's too old for sleeveless. You see a woman who's finally stopped letting one small insecurity decide what she gets to wear. Because here's the truth. The women who look the most elegant in sleeveless dresses aren't the women with perfect arms. They're the women who stopped waiting. Stopped waiting to lose another 10 pounds. Stopped waiting for tighter skin. Stopped waiting for someone else to tell them they were allowed. Life doesn't wait. Summers come and go. Vacations become memories. Grandchildren grow up. Family photos are taken. And years from now, no one looking at those photos will say, "I wish she had covered her arms." They'll remember your smile, your laughter, your confidence, the joy on your face. That's what people carry with them. So the next time you find a sleeveless dress you love, don't ask, "Are arms good enough?" Ask yourself a much better question. Does this dress help me enjoy my life? Because style has never been about earning permission. It's about expressing the woman you've spent a lifetime becoming. If this video encouraged you, subscribe for more timeless style advice created especially for women over 60. We'd love to have you as part of the stylish Beyond 60 family. Before you go, tell us in the comments which of today's 7 tricks surprised you the most. And will you be wearing a sleeveless dress this summer? Your answer might give another woman the confidence she needs. If you know someone who keeps saying, "I can't wear sleeveless anymore," share this video with her. Sometimes a simple conversation can change the way someone sees herself. And if you're ready for more confidence-boosting style ideas, click on the next video on your screen. I think you're going to love what we cover next.